swear you'll never see anything like this ever again. Stupendous!
Hello everyone and welcome back to FPL Insights, your home of everything fantasy football related. This week we're going to be looking at Game Week 16, as well as reviewing Game Week 14 and 15, as I didn't cover those in my previous videos. So, firstly we'll look at Game Week 14 and how I did in that game week. So as you can see on screen here, here's my points for Game Week 14. We've got 47, which is actually the average points throughout the whole of FPL. As you can see, we had a few rotations with Azpilicueta coming out, and so did Sane, because this was a midweek fixture, so there was some rotation, some sides. Captain Kane, that worked out alright. But yeah, in terms of points as a whole, it was quite low this week due to the rotation. So that's not too bad, but we'll go on to the next week, which is Game Week 15. And my points for Game Week 15, which is the game week that just passed, not too bad, got a shabby 42. Otamendi really helped us this week with his goal. But yeah, Pogba got sent off, so I'll show you who I replaced him with in a second for this coming game week. Probably should have captained Morata this week. He picked up a goal when they played Newcastle at home. But yeah, not too bad of a game week. Could have been better, but hopefully can improve on it this week. So on screen now is my team for this coming game week, which is Game Week 16. We finally changed our captain. For the last few weeks we've stuck with Kane, but I'm going to switch it to Morata this week, even though Kane has the home fixture against Stoke. Knowing my luck, it will probably turn out the wrong choice, but we've actually, like I discussed in the previous reviews, I actually brought in Ramsey for Pogba now that Pogba's got that pre-match ban. So yeah, we've got a decent squad this week, and let's have a look at our first player to watch this game week 16. So having a look at our first player to watch this weekend, no surprises here, it's Eden Hazard. Hazard is almost becoming essential now that he's bang on form for Chelsea. They last played Newcastle this previous game week, and he scored 15 points, picking up 2 goals and 3 bonus points, which gave him 15. So with the 3 fixtures he has next, which is West Ham away, Huddersfield away, and Southampton at home, it's almost looking like Hazard is the go-to choice now. People are freeing up budget up front and getting out the likes of Kane to fit in Hazard. So yeah, only at 10.8 million, he's almost worth the money, and he's only owned by 12.3% of people at the moment, but you can expect that to go up as more people get Hazard in. So my next player to watch is not one of the big hitters, but he's been pretty consistent this season on FPL. It's Jamie Vardy for Leicester. Jamie Vardy is owned by 16.6% of teams. He only costs 8.6 million, so if you're looking for a replacement for Kane, if you're trying to get Hazard in, Vardy's definitely a good option, because this weekend he's actually got the team that Chelsea destroyed, which is Newcastle. They're playing them away, and I feel like Vardy's good to watch because his price tag, and he's very consistent. Picked up a goal against Spurs last weekend, didn't do too well against Burnley this past game week, but yeah, Vardy's always getting consistent assists and goals. So if you're looking for a cheap option up front to maybe fit in some expensive midfielders, you could go with Jamie Vardy. The last player I'm going to be looking at this game week is Mesut Ozil for Arsenal. Ozil is it's shocking because he's only owned by 2.2% of teams. I think the reason that is because of his price tag. 9.3 million in the midfield, people go to the likes of Salah because maybe he's a bit more consistent. But when Ozil has a good game week, he's always in double figures. As you can see, he picked up 17 points against Huddersfield. Got a goal, 2 assists and 3 bonus points, which was 17 points. Of course, they didn't play very well against Man U, but they've got the Southampton away fixture this week. I feel like Ozil will do well, and it's a good alternative because now that Pogba's suspended for 3 games, you can look at Arsenal's next 3 games, which are all fixtures you think they're going to do well in. So if you're looking for a potential replacement for Pogba, Ozil could be very good this next 3 game weeks. That's if you can afford him, because obviously he's a bit more expensive than Pogba. But yeah, I feel Ozil will do well this weekend, so like I said, if you're looking for an alternative to Pogba, try and get in Ozil if you can. So going on to a feature on this channel in which I like to call Clean Sheet of the Week, we take a look at a team in which has a good fixture coming up, in which we think they will concede no goals, hence why you should get a defender from that team in. And this week it's Chelsea. Chelsea have an away fixture against West Ham, as we discussed when we spoke about Hazard. I feel like a defender such as Azpilicueta or even Christensen as a discount option to get in this week is good, because West Ham are playing pretty poor at the moment, whereas Chelsea, like I spoke about with the likes of Hazard playing so good, you can almost turn to Chelsea for a good performance, and hopefully they don't concede any goals. And my pick this week is right. And the last feature of this episode is one that I like to call One to Watch. We take a look at a player who isn't owned by a large percentage of people in FPL and see why they could potentially be a good option this game week. And this week it's an Everton forward. It's Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin is kind of on the rise. He's owned by 4.9% of people now. Sits at 5.2 million. Like I said, when people were trying to get in Hazard, they look at these budget strikers to get in, and Calvert-Lewin is that. And the reason people are getting him in is because he obviously had this good fixture last week against Huddersfield. Grabbed a goal and an assist, and I believe he got 3 bonus points as well, which gave him 12. And he's actually been pretty consistent, grabbing a lot of assists this FPL season. The only concern is whether he'll be rotated with the likes of Niasse. But this week they've got the Merseyside derby, and I feel like Liverpool are a bit shaky at the back, so it could be a pretty high scoring game, and that's why I've chose Dominic Calvert-Lewin, is because at 5.2 million, it's silly not to put him in, and if he grabs an assist or a goal, he's definitely worth his price. So just rounding up this game week 16 preview, having another look at my side. See, we've got Morata as the captain, but one thing that I forgot to mention is the transfers that I've made in these last few game weeks. We've got in Loftus-Cheek for Ben Woodburn. Ben Woodburn was just a sub that was sitting on my bench that I purely got in to allow more price for my squad. Another one, obviously Ramsey to Pogba, which we discussed. Like I said, Morata's in my team now, but we got him in for Lukaku. I just feel like Lukaku is inconsistent in front of goal, and now that I did have the Pogba coverage, I thought I'd be alright, but obviously Pogba's banned now. But going Man U list for the next few weeks is something I feel is fine. So yeah, as you can see, my place in the world is 83,000. Gone up a bit, we were 37,000, but these last 2 game weeks haven't been the best in terms of score. So I'm confident maybe this week we can shoot back up a bit with the likes of Morata. Hopefully that captaincy role works out very well. So I hope my tips can help you this week. If you have any other tips that you'd like to share, please leave them in the comments below. I'd be interested to hear. And yeah, thank you very much for watching the video. Any support is appreciated, and all the best. Thank you very much.